feel like I'm dreaming, man, should have seen that look on my face. But I'm so low-key, I'm an anonymous G that I left no trace. But when I step one foot in the room, I'ma set this pace. I feel like king of the hill when they're never gonna take my crown.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are now officially 24 hours away from TNA's first pay-per-view, Hard to Kill. I am so excited. This is going to be our first of many TNA pay-per-view watch-alongs tomorrow night right here on the Last Week in Wrestling podcast. And, of course, a bunch of the people that are going to be on that watch-along are here tonight to talk all things TNA related, including the match card itself, some possible debuts, Top Flop Dollar and DJ Who Kid, of course, doing the music video, and so much more. But, of course, I am your host, Dylan, from Last Week in Wrestling podcast, and this is the gang of misfit toys that I have brought out of my toy chest, and, of course, are here to hang out and party it up with all of us here. None other than my guy who is now, let's see, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 for 4, Mr. Kicking It with Leo himself. Leo, How are you, my guy?
I am feeling great. I'm here to talk happy to talk some TNA, and I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody has to say about TNA this Saturday, which is tomorrow, and what everybody wants to see happen. And I'm very excited for the pay-per-view tomorrow.
Absolutely. And of course, I guess Julia found out that he was going to be watching TNA and not Collision tomorrow night. So she kicked him out of the house. She said, "You know what, Wolf? You're gone. You're no more Mr. Hart until next week." My guy, Mr. Hart himself. Wolf, how are we, buddy? Welcome back.
I'm a little excited, honestly. I don't know what to expect. This is my first TNA show ever. Just straight up. Never watched TNA before. I'm kind of excited to know of new wrestlers.
Listen, we're popping cherries this weekend. You know what I mean?
Minimal research, but I'm definitely happy to.
Listen, I'm happy we're popping, of course, for none other than TNA this weekend. We're going to pop that cherry big time. And, of course, my guy from the Juggernaut podcast and, of course, all things on the YouTube realm, another lover of TNA like all of us here this evening and, of course, this weekend, none other than Jugs himself. Justin, how are you, buddy? What's going on?
I'm doing good, man. I'm excited for Hard to Kill tomorrow night. I'm excited for these predictions here. You know, this card, top to bottom, it looks like an indie show. There's like no reason for these matches to be on a TNA show. Like, what? This is on a TNA show?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, Wolf, you're in for a good treat here. I mean, these TNA shows or Impact shows, they usually do pretty good. So you're in for a pretty good treat here. I'm excited for it. Can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah, me too. And of course, that is perfectly said because tomorrow night is a hell of a card. We got so many awesome matches. And of course, all week long, we've been getting debut after debut after debut after debut of brand new TNA belts, from the X Division to the digital media to the women's with that beautiful white strap. Oh, gorgeous. Yeah. Okay. Of course, the brand new World Championship belt itself, that X Division belt. My God, it's just been a slew of awesome content from TNA. Yeah, it hasn't even finished.
We still get the Knockouts tag titles tomorrow. We still get the Knockouts tag titles. So
we'll probably get the debut of them for the winner, or possibly before the winner is announced at that women's knockout tournament tomorrow night, which ought to be crazy. And I cannot wait to talk about that with you guys as well. But of course, all streams, all watch alongs, everything that we do here on Last Week in Wrestling podcast is brought to you by none other than the Main Event Network guys over there. A great team. Definitely go check them out. All their links to everything is down below, as well as NordVPN. But we'll get to them a little bit later on into the show itself. Guys, tomorrow, it's a big day. We're popping Wolf's cherry with TNA. we're getting an absolute classic pay-per-view here. Maybe, just maybe, Julia Hart will let him wear the TBS belt while we're getting this amazing pay-per-view. Possibly, possibly not. We don't know. But nonetheless, let's get into it. We have a 3-match card lineup for 0 Hour that starts at 7 p.m. Eastern right here for TNA before the actual show starting at 8 o'clock. And of course, tomorrow we're going to be live for that TNA watch along all night long from 6:45 Eastern all the way to the very, very last match of the card. But let's get right into it, guys. Let's talk about some of these 0 Hour matches, and let's get right into it. Rich Swann versus Steve Macklin. Singles competition. Nice way to start off the 0 Hour. Get everybody pumped. Get everyone loosened up. Of course, get Wolf kind of excited for what is to come from TNA. And we'll start with you, Justin. Who we got in this one? How do we feel about these two competitors finally going at it at Hard to Kill? Talk to me, buddy.
So, first of all, this match should be on the actual card because Rich Swann and Steve Macklin. Steve Macklin, he had a great year for Impact Wrestling in 2023. He's a former world champion. So there's I can't believe that he's on the kickoff or the 0 Hour, whatever you want to call it. I can't believe
0 Hour kickoff, same thing.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. I can't believe he's on this, like right here. And Rich Swann, he does, he's a Impact, he's a TNA like loyalist here. He's really loyal to TNA. I don't see him going anywhere like anytime soon. I don't know like if his contract's going to be coming up anytime soon. But but be very interesting if he would maybe if he would go elsewhere, maybe like New Japan someday, and maybe mix it up with like the junior heavyweights, or maybe he'll stay with TNA. But as far as this match goes, I'm gonna say that Steve Macklin wins because I think Steve Macklin could be a world champion again in 2024. It's like he just has his presence about him. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of his character because he just seems like two-dimensional to me. Not the biggest fan of his character, but his in-ring work is really good. But I could definitely see him being a world champion in 2024. So let's start, his winning streak, by give him the first pay-per-view of the first. Yeah, if I could talk right now, let him win, on the first pay-per-view, and on the pre-show also, So
yeah, I like that. I like that as well. I definitely think these two starting off the 0 Hour is a nice, perfect way to kind of get everybody excited for what this card is going to be. With Swann, I did check out some of his stuff as of recently, getting prepared more for these this big pay-per-view here. I know a lot of the names on here. I've seen a lot of their work. I just recently saw ABC at House of Glory on Premier Streaming Network doing one of our watch-alongs here for Collision, myself and Leo. So I have seen some of their guys' work, of course, as well, Josh Alexander and stuff. So, Swann, definitely exciting. Definitely a high flyer. Definitely one of those guys that's very quick on his feet and ready to go, ready to have some action, and doesn't really let up when he's attacking. And I think that might be that challenge for Steve that, he's accustomed to, but even with that maintain of a brawler type of mentality that Steve does have at times, it is something that he's going to have to quickly adapt to with, Rich's quick ability in the ring and really trying to get you on all four corners of the ring itself. Leo, my guy, who we got in this one? Talk to me.
I have to go Steve Macklin here. I feel like this match is going to be good. I mean, you have two former Impact World Champions. I feel like this match could definitely have strong title implications on the match because I feel like whoever wins this match could potentially be in the hunt for whoever walks out as the TNA World Champion, which we'll be talking about in just a bit.
Absolutely. I like that as well. Wolf, I know you're not accustomed to everybody here. Maybe you know some of the names like a Tommy Dreamer, who's been around for a very, very long time.
Not very good things about Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah, of El Hijo, Del Vikingo, of course, Trinity, a.k.a. Naomi. Kushida as well. Chris
Yeah, I know.
Sabian has been around the wrestling ring for a while. Of course, Josh Alexander, and the Grizzled Young Vets as well. So, what are we thinking? What name stands out to you the most when it comes to these Impact champions that were, of course, at the top of their game at one point for TNA?
I'll be honest, I don't know too much about like even the names I know, like unless I've seen them like outside TNA, like in WWE or elsewhere. So I'm going to mostly be speaking out of my ass.
You
For
could just
this,
pick a name for yourself tonight.
yeah, pretty much. For this first match, I don't know either guy that like at all. So Rich Swan, I guess.
Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair. I like that answer. Of course, I know Leo and Justin and myself, mostly Justin and Leo, know more about TNA than unfortunately the two of us here. I'm kind of getting reacclimated into the TNA world again. I did watch it way back when for a brief moment. Not too much, not too long, but I am very excited to see this match play out. But let's get to the next, of course, match of 0 Hour itself. None other than Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers versus Eric Young and Frankie Kazarian in a tag team match. This one ought to be very interesting as well. A few of the names I feel like Wolf might know here as well. Eric Young, of course, Frankie Kazarian, Brian Myers, who just recently signed back to TNA, which is very exciting. So let's go, Leo, on this one here first. Who do we got in this crazy tag team to continue off 0 Hour?
I mean, I feel like this could go either way, but me personally, I feel like they could reward, Brian Myers by resigning, because he was one of the very first few to resign, and I feel like sometimes they might want to reward that type of, dedication and loyalty to the company, but I think they're gonna give it to the OG TNA guys here because I feel like why not? You're getting you could still build this feud even more in the future if you decide to. But I'm gonna go Frankie Kazarian and Eric Young here.
That's a good pick. I also am selecting them as well. I like Eric Young. I've been a fan of Eric Young's wrestling style for quite a bit. Frankie Kazarian as well. I think they both match well together in the ring. They definitely feed off of one another in the ring when they are in tag team competition with one another. So that's very exciting. And of course, facing people like a Brian Myers, who's been around TNA wrestling for quite some time, is nice. A nice little refresh, a nice way to start off 2024. And of course, Eddie Edwards, who's been around TNA and of course that indie scene throughout, is very exciting as well. Getting those two together, they do seem to feed off of each other. They do try to also play more to the advantage of themselves. I don't know if that maybe is speaking a little too outlandish with it, but Brian Myers specifically feels more like, I am the guy. I am the one. I've been the veteran here, and I've been the one that's been doing this way longer. So it is a follow my lead, and I will show you the way. Where it comes to someone like Eric Young and Frankie, where they kind of play off of each other a lot more fluently, and it's a lot more of a fun, effective tag team when they're both in a tag team type of competition. So I'm very excited to see this tag team match. And again, I kind of agree, like how we were saying with Rich Swann and Steve Macklin, Jugs. This should be a part of the main event. Like, this shouldn't be a 0 Hour type of match. Again, though, this is something to definitely bring in new eyes to the product, or those returning back to TNA, what it once was. So talk to me, Jugs. Who do you got? Eric Young, Frankie Kazarian, of course, against Eddie Edwards and Brian.
Yeah, this match is definitely going to be interesting here because, like, Towards the tail end of 2023, they were putting Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards as a tag team, which kind of seemed really random because Brian Myers, he was doing his little tag team thing with Moose, as the most professional wrestling gods. That's such a great tag team name. So maybe this tag team doesn't last very long because like you brought up a good point. How Brian Myers, he wants to do it all. He wants to take lead of everything. So maybe they might not be on the same page with each other. So you made a good point there. And since it's the return of TNA, I would say why not give the OGs the win here? Eric Young and Frankie Kazarian. And also there is a little bit of backstory to with like Frankie Kazarian and Eddie Edwards from last year. Because they both got trained by Killer Kowalski. So there is a backstory there. So I mean, this match is going to be intriguing, but I'm going to go with the OGs to win here.
I like that one. Now let me just ask you two a question real quick before we move on to Wolf to have him kind of feel out who he's going to pick for this tag team competition. Brian Myers has trained a lot of people in his time, as well as Eric Young and Frankie Kazarian for sure. Brian Myers has trained, I think I might be mistaken, MJF. I believe that was one. I know MJF has mentioned Brian Myers a few times in certain promos as well as on podcasts about who he has idolized in the ring with that in-ring capability and that dominant demeanor when it comes to being a single star that Brian Myers is. Now, MJF, as we all know, of course, AEW, but he also, in a way, kind of displays that dominance to a similar setting of a Brian Myers. So it's going to be nice to really see the teacher now do a new set of teachings for us as fans and newcomers as well to see what Brian Myers is all really about. So I am very excited for this one. But Wolf, my guy, the names, of course, Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers versus Eric Young, Frankie Kazarian. How we feeling? Who we picking?
Honestly, it's all like interesting to me. Like I don't know, I feel from what I understand, all of these guys are great. I don't know, like, I guess the difference between them. I mean, I know of Eric Young the most, of course. You know what? I'll go with Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers, though.
I think that's a safe pick. I definitely think that's a safe pick. And of course, a beautiful way to just show off that appreciation.
New talent.
Edwards is also going to be on like in their corners. Well, maybe she gets involved.
Yeah, exactly. They also have Alicia in that corner as well to definitely play that manager role. But of course, let's get to the final one here. And this name that I'm about to say has been a wrestling name that is synonymous with hardcore style wrestling. Of course, the guy we are talking about is none other than Tommy Dreamer, an ECW icon, a legend when it comes to hardcore matches. I mean, matches against Foley, hell, Sandman, just to name a few. And just Tommy Dreamer itself, Bubba Ray Dudley, Raven, exactly. Like, there's so many ECW moments that Tommy Dreamer has had in his heyday. And, of course, as well as in TNA as well, during that first stint in TNA when it just came back onto the scene itself on Spike TV, having some amazing matches as well. But he is the new digital media champion, which means he has to put it up for grabs in his form of the best wrestling form, which is none other than a no disqualification match. Now, of course, Tommy Dreamer is a little bit older now. He's kind of getting in that realm of Sting type of age. And of course, he's not as swift and as quick as he once was when it came to that. His body's a little more beaten up due to all of the heavy chair, kendo sticks, barbed wires, flaming tables, ladders, chairs, and so many other objects
Barbed
that we
wire
could probably
bats.
sit here. Laundry mats. Like, I mean, you name it, he's done it.
Man.
He's put his body through it. And, another one that's really trying to make a name for himself here, Crazy Steve. When I first heard that, I thought they were talking about the guy from iCarly, Drake and Josh, Crazy Steve from the movie theater, and I was just like, wait a second, I didn't know he became a wrestler, and what a name to be the name that you go by as a wrestler, none other than Crazy Steve. The man needs to retire, Kevin is saying. He also is saying bring back that 6-sided ring as well. Kevin, thank you so much for coming on, buddy. We appreciate you and hang out with us tonight as we talk all things TNA. I got to get used to saying that now in my vocabulary. I'm so used to saying AEW, WWE. So I got to get used to saying TNA in that vocabulary. But nonetheless, we were talking about the Tommy Dreamer versus Crazy Steve no disqualification match for that brand new, beautiful TNA digital media. And I want to talk about the belt a little bit in a few, but we'll start with you on this one, Leo. My guy, Tommy Dreamer, Crazy Steve. No, it's not the guy from the movie theater from Drake and Josh. I was very upset to see that it wasn't. But
Okay.
who do we got? Talk to me, buddy. What do we think?
I mean, I feel like this one is going to be very hardcore. I feel like there's going to be complete chaos. Based off the last match, and it didn't end the way I feel like I thought it would be and everything like that. So now we have the rematch. Honestly, I think we have a new champion. I think they're going to give it to Crazy Steve. I think they're going to crown him as champ because he is definitely improved. And I think they're going to try to do big things with him this year, especially with the revamp of TNA and everything like that. I think he's definitely going to be someone to look out for. I think if you're going to push that narrative forward about him being like the new extreme guy to an extent, in TNA, I think you would have to put the title on him here.
Yeah, I like that one. Definitely a time of the patching of the torch possibility in Tommy Dreamer's future. Justin, Tommy Dreamer, a legend, an icon, an ECW immortal.
Mm-hmm.
What objects do you think he's going to put himself through come tomorrow night, and who do you got?
Oh man, I think we're gonna see some thumbtacks. We're gonna see some tables. It's gonna be crazy tomorrow night. No pun intended, but it's gonna be crazy. And there is a little backstory to this match here. So Tommy Dreamer, he won this digital media championship back around like the 1,000 episode of Impact Wrestling, which if he would have lost that match, he would have had to retire. So he ended up winning. He's not retired yet, which I agree with Kervin here that he needs to retire. That he's really old in the ring. I don't see him die in the ring. But also Crazy Steve. So it was also around the 1,000 episode where they did the Feast or Fire briefcase. So they have these 4 briefcases. And one of the briefcases is a fire briefcase. And the rest of them are for championships. So Crazy Steve, he won one of those briefcases. And then when he opened it up, it said that he had a chance to go for the Digital Media Championship. So, Crazy Steve, he's kind of been doing like this more crazy type of gimmick. He's kind of off the rocker now. Being more of like a heel. He's been attacking Tommy Dreamer from behind. There was one point where he stabbed him with a fork, stabbing him with utensils like
fucking
forks, spoons, whatever, like even pizza cutters, whatever you want to use,
Let's go.
Whatever you use for eating utensils. So yeah, Crazy Steve has been attacking him quite a bit. But to be honest, I think that if they want to do some really good things with this digital media championship, I think that they need the title needs to get put on the Crazy Steve here. And I think it's time for Tommy Dreamer to basically hang up the boots. Yeah, give me Crazy Steve.
Yeah, again, it is that time sometimes to pass the torch to that younger talent, that fresher talent that's ready to really step out of that limelight, that shadow that a lot of others hold some new talent back from because they just don't want to let go. Mick Foley's a perfect example, I think, as well as Sting. Ric Flair is, I think, the prime example of people that just can't retire, even if they know they need to retire. They just can't retire. It's in their blood. It's in what they do. This is their everyday type of thing. So it's very hard for somebody that has been wrestling for 20 plus years, 30 plus years to just say, okay, I'm done. I've done everything I needed to do. I've made a name for myself in this wrestling business, whether it's big, small, or right there in the middle with the best of them. I can go home happy. It's just hard. Boredom sets in for many of them. They don't know what to do next. They do those cons and whatnot, but that doesn't really feed that appetite at all. And, then we see them back. We see them back in action. And like Tommy Dreamer, it is that I feel like with this right now. And like Curvin is saying, the man needs to retire. Yeah, I think it is time. I think Tommy has shown that he's had a great run. I watched a recent Bubba match, and Bubba didn't even look the same, as well as Tommy Dreamer didn't look the same like he once was last year, and everything. And it sucks because I remember watching these guys and stuff as kids and seeing them in ECW and stuff, and it's a totally different time. It's a totally different, time frame now. But yeah, I think I'm also going to go crazy, Steve. But let's hear it from the guy himself, Mr. Wolf. Who do we got here? Tommy Dreamer or crazy fucking Steve?
I guess I'm the only one that doesn't see retirement or title change happening.
You just want them to die in the fucking ring.
No,
You just want them to die in the ring.
But I mean, I've lately been hearing not so good things about Tommy Dreamer. I don't remember why. Maybe it was just because he's old and he didn't need the title or whatever, but I don't remember. I mean, he kind of just won it a few months ago. I'm gonna say Tommy Dreamer retains.
Okay. All right, I like it. I think it's a fair bet, a fair guess. We'll see.
It could still happen.
It's still possible.
You got a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, I feel like it can still happen because I feel like, sometimes they want to keep a title on a certain someone that they do know or the fans will know to kind of establish the title, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, especially with these new belts. And that's what I want to talk about briefly. And we'll kind of talk about each one that has been revealed just for a few moments. I know we've already kind of spoke about them as they've been revealed on social medias and stuff. But guys, this brand new Digital Media Championship, I'm going to pull it up for everybody right now because god damn, this belt looks gorgeous. Gorgeous. Like, what are we thinking? Quick thoughts, guys.
I feel like the title is beautiful. I really like the revamp.
I do like it. I like all the new titles. Honestly, they're all great.
Yeah, I like most of them. I mean, there are a few that kind of looks like, oh, they just kind of basically slapped the TNA name on the new title belts. But I mean, they look pretty good for the most part. I like it. Actually, other than some companies who just put their big letters, and then that's all they put, and like basically all titles look the same. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. They actually think out some of their designs with their title belts. So yeah, I like that.
They're well thought out.
Look at that belt. Look at that beautiful. Look at that silver.
Yeah, that's
little computer type of thing.
Yeah,
the
one with Tommy Dreamer.
This is the new one.
No, that's the old one.
That's the old one. The one up there. Yeah, the one that
this one.
Yeah, that's the new one right there. Yeah,
that's the new one. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, this new. It's a lot more gold in this. There's a lot more of a gold plate and everything that comes behind this one. It almost kind of. It's still very nice. It's still very prominent. It does look nice with that red and yellow that is mixed in there as well. But do you guys think that this one kind of washes away that TNA logo due to the fact that it's very gold? It's a very gold, bright gold type of coloring that is behind this
You
new
could go
belt.
right
I'm gonna
there.
try to
Go right
find
there.
another
Go
one.
up.
Yeah. Do
You
we
could go
think
up right there.
which one?
Right there,
think
because
so.
you have all the titles there. You can have all the titles.
Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is which one's the big
Yeah.
one?
It's
digital
the one
media's
on the
top,
right.
the
Right. This one over here.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? We got a couple of.
I
We're
mean,
going to talk about this more as we get to each one, but what are we
I feel
feeling when
like
we see these?
they're beautiful. If this might seem like a hot take, but I feel like right now, as it stands, TNA has the best championships in all of pro wrestling right now. I'm not even
That's a
kidding.
hot statement.
And I'm standing on that. I feel like, there are some championships that look good. I mean, we've seen the AW title. That title's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. But I just feel like from top to bottom, all around, TNA has it locked in right now.
Right.
Like those titles were beautiful. Even when they were just called Impact, those championships look beautiful. And now they're like a revamped title, but with a modern feel, and I like it. Yeah, I feel like there's a little bit too much gold for the digital media championship, but I still feel like they're pulling it off to an extent. So it's mixed emotions, but I still feel like it's serviceable.
I like that. I like that. Justin, what are we thinking?
Yeah, I like him pretty good. Like I do agree about being a little too much gold, like how it kind of washes away a little bit of the red and gold, a little bit.
Yeah, see,
But I
maybe
mean,
this one
they
stands
were
out a little bit better. Here,
pulled out again.
let me pull up this one now. Nope, that's not it.
Yeah, but either way, I mean, the new tiles they actually look pretty well designed. Yeah, there we go. That's a good picture of it. I like
Yeah.
it.
It's very nice. You still have that digital feel to it. You still have that silver and everything feel to it. But
Mhm.
again, side plates are nice. It seems like there's a little bit more gold on there than anything else. Again, a very, very beautiful belt, like Leo is saying. Like this is definitely one to be excited for and excited to watch get crowned on someone new or on Tommy Dreamer again come Saturday, come tomorrow. What's going on, Santo? How are you, buddy? Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, I think it is just a tad bit more golds, and as we get to more and stuff, we'll kind of talk more. But Wolf, what are some of your quick thoughts on this new belt?
It's great. It looks honestly, I like it.
Would you buy it?
Well, no, because I don't have the money for it.
No, I'm saying if you had the money for it, would you buy it?
Yeah, probably.
I would say stay on their website, Dylan, because they have all the titles.
I mean, I'd
So
probably
It's kind of
want
like
that.
it's kind of like a YouTuber kind
Although
of
I
title belt.
probably
digital
would
media.
prefer the X Division
exactly.
belt because
I like the X Division one too.
Same.
Oh yeah, me too.
Agreed.
Yeah,
That one's
I
my
can't wait to
favorite,
get-
and so is the women's one.
Yeah.
The women's, I like the white strap. It's the white strap for me
You
that
can
makes
never go
everything
wrong with
look
the white
beautiful.
strap on a women's title.
Yeah,
You can
white
never
strap.
go wrong with the white strap on a women's title.
White strap with that gold. That's the look.
With the
The
little
black
dash
and
of
gold.
red too.
The black and gold. It works if it's like an accent of gold. At least for me, if it's like a nice accent of gold, that nice strong silver and everything, then it fits well. But if it, because they also got yellow in there, they got red in there, they got black behind the TNA logo as well, on top of the black strap with all that gold, with all that silver. It's a lot. It's a lot going on there and everything. But
Yeah.
enough of that belt talk. Let's now get into the main card itself. Man, oh man, I don't even know where to start. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I don't know where to start with this one because this card, from beginning to end, including the 0 hour, looks so goddamn good. I don't even know where to start, but I guess we'll start with Dirty Dango and this psycho Frankenstein motherfucker right here, PCO. Now, I have to tell you all a story about PCO. I watched a TNA pay-per-view last year. I don't remember the name of it, but I remember that he was facing some dude, and it was a hardcore match, and the guy used a staple gun and
He was facing
stapled.
Steve Macklin.
Yes, yeah, stapled his lips together.
Mm-hmm.
Then PCO went underneath the ring, opened up a toolbox, pulled out pliers, and the sick fuck deviant cameraman went so close to PCO that you watched him just pull out the staples from his mouth. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. So PCO gets my pick every time he's in a fucking match. Just because of that moment alone, I have PCO winning this one. But Jugs, we're gonna go to you first, buddy, on this. Who do you got, and how excited are you for this type of matchup? Again, this is a singles match. There is no DQ, there's no cool stipulations. It's a classic single formed match. What do we think?
This is a very interesting match here. I feel like this match should have been put on the pre-show and put like Rich Swann and Steve Macklin on the regular show, but that's just me. Also Dirty Dango in the corner. He's going to have Alpha Bravo, which is Alpha Bravo, and Oleg Prudis, which is basically Vladimir Kozlov, if you guys aren't familiar. And also Dirty Dango, if you're not familiar, he is Fandango, he's formerly known as Fandango in WWE. I don't even know what you call like Dirty Dango's faction. Like you call them the WWE Rejects or WWE Comedy or something like that. Like I don't even know, because see, there's kind of like a interesting like path that Dirty Dango and like his partners been on. Because Dirty Dango, he had like this, or Fandango in WWE, he had this like kind of goofy type of gimmick, and then he became like more serious. And then also Vladimir Kozlov, when he was in WWE, he started out very serious, and then they made him more goofy. So I feel like, you know, all these guys, they just got like they have like the same type of what's the word I'm looking for? They have the same type of track record.
Jabroni attitude.
Jabroni attitude, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But as it goes for me, I'm going to say PCO wins here. He's going to do a big dive onto like all three of those guys.
I can't wait.
It's going to be insane. PCO, you know, the Canadian Frankenstein. That's what they like to call him.
It's a great name.
I mean, which he's
It
never
looks like
dying.
Frankenstein. Yeah.
And there was one time last year, it was I don't remember when it was, but it was like Steve Macklin. He was trying to burn him alive. Like seriously, this guy does not die. PCO is crazy. He's crazy.
I love that.
But yeah, give me PCO to win here.
Yeah, I'm so PCO on this one. Leo, listen,
PCO,
we got the true ass boys versus Frankenstein in this one, okay? Billy Gunn has another set of sons that he might not know about. And it's Fandango, Vlad, and the other jabroni from Jabroni Avenue, the ass boys, the trios. Who are we thinking is winning this match tomorrow night?
I feel like it'd be a decent match for what it is. I mean, Dirty Dango, he is decent in the ring. I feel like he is starting to improve a little bit more. I would like to see more of him in the future and what he does. But I think PCO is winning this one. I mean, you can't not have PCO win this match. I mean, like, this guy is crazy. Like, you see this guy in the alley, you would give him all your money and ask no questions. Like,
yeah.
PCO.
Yeah. Hey, he's running your pockets.
Exactly.
Pockets. He's running your pockets. He's running your socks. He's taking your shoes. He's taking your hat. He's taking everything with him. He's taking all your clothes.
And then he's going to get a car. No, he's going to get some, like, he's going to electrocute you. Yeah, he's going to electrocute you.
I'm so excited.
You remember when Shane McMahon got his balls electrocuted?
Yes.
Well, he's going that's what PCO is going to do to us. Like, if he sees you in a dark alley, he's going to get a battery, and then he's going to put them two together, and he's going to electrocute you.
Let's fucking go.
Can't nobody stop him either.
Nobody's going to be stopping him. Leo, thank you for that answer. Now, Mr. Hart, how we feeling? Who do we got on this one?
Honestly,
Do you got your WWE guys, or do you think Frankenstein's just going to collect another body?
no, honestly, I mean, I think this might be a little. It'll be a dirty win, given his name. But I will give it to Dirty Dongo.
Wow.
Cause I don't know, he cheats to win. I guess I don't
True.
know.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Um,
Maybe his new
or
gimmick is that.
or he uses like what's it called? Formerly
Vladimir.
Kozlov.
Mhm.
Vladimir Kozlov, yeah, because Kozlov's big. Like
Yeah,
man's
Mhm.
like
they did have plans for
terrifying.
him. They did have plans for the
I'd
guy. I
stay
mean,
away from him. I'd stay away
All right.
yeah.
from
So you're going Dirty
Dongo.
Dango.
Dirty
Are
Dongo.
you now? Let me ask you a question. Are you going to do the Dirty Tango if he wins live on stream?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Well, I thought maybe we could get it.
I thought maybe we could
At
get
it.
that.
Yeah, I was expecting that. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it even if he gets the win. Maybe I'll do the Dirty Tango. It's kind of like the Adam Cole jellyfish dance that him and MJF were doing on that one AEW show where he just is like, the jellyfish arms and all this shit. So I think that might be it. Hassan, thank you so much for coming by. Happy New Year to you as well, buddy. All right, now, what match do we go with next? That's the fucking question. Because
Ooh.
now we're getting into title territory, and we're getting into a fucking another singles match that is just gonna blow the house down. But I think it's time to talk about the great ladies that are happening in TNA for a little bit. So let's talk about the Ultimate X Division matchup. Of course, we have Giselle Shaw, Zaya Brookside, Jody Threat, Tasha Steeles, Alicia Edwards, Danny Luna in a Knockouts Ultimate X title match. Woo! That's a lot of names. That's a
Yeah.
lot of talented women. Leo, I know you've been talking about this one heavy. So we're starting with you, buddy. Who do we got? How does this match work for those who don't know? And what do you think this belt's going to look like, man?
Well, pretty much it's more like their version of Money in the Bank for TNA. So it's like a structure that you have to climb up, and you have to climb across to whereas an X is in the middle of the ring, almost like your briefcase, right? And if you do win, you get an opportunity at the Knockouts Women's Championship at some point. Now, there's two
Or
answers for me.
Leo, or they can go for the world championship because we
They
have
could.
seen some women as world champions before. Like Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah. So not only that, uh, and everybody, but like you can challenge for the men's world championship. Now that's even more intriguing. Now, for me personally, I have two different answers, right? I have the answer if, with the current lineup, and that's going to be Giselle Shaw. I do think it is her time. I think she's definitely, stepped up her game this past year, and everything like that. But I also feel like this could be a situation where we could have a surprise entrant. I mean, we've seen it happen so many times before in other different matches where we'll have our current lineup and it looks like that's just going to be what it is. And then when we get to the match, no, we get a surprise entrant. And I feel like that surprise entrant will be none other than the debuting Ashley Sabera. If you guys don't know who that is Dana Brooke from WWE. But if she doesn't show up, I'm going to have Giselle Shaw. But if she does show up, I'm going to go Ashley Sabera with the win.
And for those who don't know who the wash-up WWE ex-superstar Sasha Sabrera is, it's the lady on his shirt. Leo, do you mind standing up for everybody in attention and show off the the ex-WWE superstar. Oh, that's right. Dana Brooke, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That's who we're talking about. The first woman wrestler to have silence next to Bronson Reed when she came out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna tell you now. We gotta talk about this for just a few moments here, because I tell you now, we have not heard a single silent moment from Leo about this woman that has given him a restraining order and a signature. She's got it. She's got a signature. He's gotten a signature from her.
No, guys. I don't. Everybody who watches this stream, I don't want you to be fooled. It's not happening. That did not happen.
No. We're just kidding. But of course, we might be seeing the return in ring, of course, of Dana Brooke, Leo's future wife. I really hope it happens for you, seriously, because that money that you guys are going to be collecting together is just going to be. It's going to be great. You're going to be paying off my credit cards for a very long time, because I'm going to be maxing out them sons of bitches straight to the top. Absolutely.
Leo,
and it's
you.
food.
The bills come to you.
The bills, all the bills, every bill that I get, I'm just going to say, mail it to this address. And my guy Leo Brooke is going to take care of it.
Leo Brooke is crazy.
Leo Brooke. I think that's a great name. But nonetheless, of course, we are talking about none other than Dana Brooke, an ex-former WWE superstar who didn't really get a lot of fair shakes in WWE. A couple of pushes that really didn't make or break her as a superstar. It kind of put her more and more on that bookshelf and not really pulled for any type of in-ring action that she could have been a part of. Definitely could have been one of those women that we've talked about multiple times that could have been that needle mover. No, not Jeff Hardy. That could have been that needle mover for none other than the women's division that doesn't really get a lot of shine when it comes to WWE. We're talking about the Indy Hartwells and Candice LeRae's, Machines of the World, and other exciting talent that might not have gotten a fair look as well, or just some spots here and there with no real good push. But unfortunately, her time did expire in WWE, but now she's very excited to be branching off into this indie world, and I am happy for her too. As much as we joke about her and make Leo feel very upset about it, all the nasty comments I might say about his future wife to be, I am very excited to see her possibly debut at TNA, because I think me and Leo have said it. I think me and Wolf and even Justin have all said it. This could be the perfect spot for her to really have that light shine on her bright. This is a beautiful women's division. TNA takes its absolute TLC, tender loving care for their ladies division every single week. They really, truly put a lot of stock into their women's division besides the men's division that I think a lot of other big name promotions need to start doing, and hopefully some are going to start changing them come 2024. But nonetheless, this is definitely a nice starting point. So I hope we, of course, get the clips of the night with Leo freaking out about, oh my God, Dana Brooke.
I mean,
and listen, he's changing his pants twice before the show even starts, just to be on the safe side. So we'll definitely see some great moments. And of course, hopefully, hey, listen, I'm excited. I'm excited.
She recently teased it.
Yeah,
She teased it earlier. 2 matches.
I'm excited for you. I hope she's teasing you. You know what I mean? We're very excited for you, buddy, and I'm hopefully seeing a great reaction from you and, of course, the fans over at Hard to Kill for this one. But Jugs, let's get to you, buddy. Enough beating on Leo for a little bit for right now. We'll probably get back to him, as Wolf, as well with Julia Hart a little bit later on in the show. But my guy, Justin, how do we feel about this Knockout X Ultimate Championship match?
Ultimate X match. Yep. Yeah, this match is going to be very fun. Like, if you've never seen Ultimate X match, you're in for a really good surprise here. Like Leo explained, you got this X that's hanging above the ring, like this big cable that's hanging above the ring, and you have to scale across to it. Like you can put your feet up, you can, kind of whatever way to get that X down. You got to do it. And there's gonna be some crazy spots in here. And now these 6 women that are in this match, so like Giselle Shaw and like your Tasha Steeles and like your Alicia Edwards, they're kind of, I wouldn't necessarily call them veterans in like in TNA, but like they've been here a little bit. They've been in TNA, for like a cup of coffee for a little bit. So they know the way around here and stuff. It feels like Zaya Brookside, which he is formerly from NXT UK, Jody Threat. She's been in Impact for about a year. She's been doing some nice stuff. And then Danny Luna, she just recently debuted at Slammiversary with Subculture with Mark Andrews and all the rest of that faction. So those three girls are kind of like the new people, like the new women or the new knockouts of TNA. So it's like looks like an old versus new here, kind of in my opinion.
Yeah, no, definitely feels that way as well. You definitely see a lot of veterans in there, which is good to have for their new up and coming stars, and another one possibly being Dana Brooke as well to get in there, really get ready for a brand new season and a brand new year with TNA.
Mm-hmm. Now, a dark horse for this match would have to be for me would be Danny Luna. Like that, kind of thinking like with my heart, I would want to pick her because like I've been loving the stuff that she's been doing. But I'm gonna think logically here, like the way that this past year with Giselle Shaw, and like I watched his documentary of her, like her upcoming like in the UK scene and like all the hardship that Giselle Shaw has had to go through. I want to go with Giselle Shaw here. I think it's her time. I think she's going to be a world champion here in 2024. So yeah, give me Giselle Shaw.
I like that. I like that one very much. Now, of course, Leo has Dana Brooke. You have Giselle Shaw. Wolf, Julia Hart is not on this show.
I know.
Yeah, she's not an option. She's
not an option. She's not an option.
She'd be option C. She'd be option C.
I was gonna pick Alicia Edwards, but honestly,
watch it be Alicia Edwards. To be honest, watch us all be wrong and then be her.
It seems like Giselle Shaw is like the best out of these people. So Giselle Shaw.
Okay.
Like
I'm gonna go with you two as well. I'm gonna go Giselle Shaw because it is a 50-50 gamble with Dana. Maybe she comes now, maybe she doesn't. Listen, it's not that she doesn't at all, but maybe she just doesn't come for this pay-per-view, is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's not that she doesn't come at all to TNA, just maybe not this one. Remember, next Thursday is Snake Eyes. So she could show up at Snake Eyes if it doesn't happen on Saturday, which is still a very exciting moment. So it's not like we
being on the same show as Okada and Ospreay is going to be.
It's also a semi bigger card with a lot more bigger names, and of course Dana trying to make a big impact. Well, that might be your card you want to debut on. I would want to come out when I'm on a card with Ospreay and Okada, and Josh Alexander compared to. Don't get me wrong, this card is fucking stacked to the mountaintop, but Naomi might be leaving. So, you have Dana Brooke coming back, making an impact that might take away from, Trinity leaving and everything. So they might want her to be like, hey, look, why don't you come for Snake Eyes only because Trinity will be gone by then. And, at least now, like, your debut won't be overshined by Trinity's last match, if that even happens. Again, all this is speculation, all this is rumors. We have no idea. But these are possibilities that could happen. But we just want to see, of course, the Leo pop. That's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for that Leo pop. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. But of course, let's get to our awesome second women's match of the night. And we're talking about it right now. Trinity versus Jordynne Grace for the Knockout World title. This might be Trinity, a.k.a. Naomi's last match in TNA. There's been a lot of rumors and speculations that she
pulls Mickie James and shows up in the Rumble as.
Well, Mickie James now works for OVW as creative.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As of today.
Yeah.
which is something that we're going to talk about next week. But Trinity, Jordan Grace, TNA Knockout Worlds. We'll start with you, Justin. Who do we got? And do we think this could really be Trinity's last match?
Now, there's all the speculation. Oh, Trinity, she's going to end up, she's going to possibly be in the Royal Rumble. She's going back to WWE. Her contract's up sometime here in January here. But to be honest, so I think that Trinity's going to retain, and I'll tell you why. Because she's also been promoted. Trinity's promoted on. They're going to do some TV tapings in Orlando, Florida. Which, if you don't know, Trinity is from Orlando, Florida.
Okay, hold on. Let me just stop you right there because I heard about that too, and I also heard that she wasn't on the poster. She wasn't on the poster, and she wasn't promoted anymore.
Mm-hmm. That could be the case, but last time I seen that she was promoted, so maybe they recently updated it.
Okay.
But to be honest, if they remove it, but I still think to throw everybody a curveball, have Trinity retain, okay? Like, oh, I thought she's going to WWE, but here's the thing: you can still have her go to WWE, but have her go in as a Knockouts champion, throw everybody off. Because a few years ago, back in 2022. They had Mickie James come in, and she was the Knockouts champion. And she came in, she had that title around her waist. And so maybe there's a WWE and TNA working relationship. Maybe they get a wrestler sometimes over in Impact or like TNA, and then like WWE gets a wrestler from them. Maybe they kind of have a little working relationship. I don't know. But I'm going to say that Trinity retains the title here. Yeah.
Okay. I like that. And that is true. Mickie James did wear the Knockout Women's Championship belt when she came to the Royal Rumble. So it might be nice to see Naomi come back and rocking that beautiful gold belt with that white strap. Leo, my guy, what are we thinking?
I feel like this is going to be a great match, honestly. I feel like since Trinity has came into, TNA or Impact, whatever you want to call it, she's been undefeated. That's a stat right there. She has been undefeated since she has been in TNA. Now, whoever beats her, that's going to be a huge prop because they're beating somebody who's been unbeatable for about a year now. Jordan Grace, she definitely has all the tools to do so. I feel like same thing with Jug said. I feel like they might throw us a curveball here. I wouldn't be upset if Jordan Grace wins, but I think Trinity retains, and they would potentially get a big debut in Mercedes afterwards.
Wow. So
I think that's gonna be the big debut. I think that's gonna be the big debut.
Wow.
I want to share this with you guys.
The reason why I feel like that could be the big debut, because think about it. They're playing this up as like the biggest signing in TNA history. Now, when you look at the biggest signings, we've seen Sting, we've seen Kurt, we've seen these type of guys, and you look at like a Dolph Ziggler. Yes, that's a big signing. Mustafa Lee, yes, big signing. But the way they played up is going to be like a big needle mover, right? Now, everybody's under the speculation she's going to a WWE or going to an AEW. Just imagine she swerves everybody and shows up to TNA. Now, we've seen what TNA was capable of doing. They were willing to give, CM Punk a 7-figure contract. They was willing to do the same thing for Will Ospreay, but they were unfortunately unable to acquire them. So now I feel like they pull out all the stops and get one of the biggest free agents out there right now in Mercedes Moné, who's going to be a big needle mover for the company and the Knockouts division, because it's going to bring more eyes to the company overall.
Are you telling me that this Saturday, not only could we see Leo cream himself, but Byron spontaneously combust when Mercedes Moné shows up? You're telling me that the Last Week of Wrestling podcast is going to have two of the biggest, craziest fucking moments in 2024 of all time?
That's exactly
of all time, guys?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's huge. That's huge.
Also,
Byron,
I found the promotion.
I know. I see it in the library. I'm gonna put on it in a second before we get to Wolf, but you're
Mhm.
telling me that there's a 50-50 on Byron spontaneously combusting on the live, and then Leo changing himself not once but twice because of Dana Brooke?
Yeah.
Hey,
You know,
I
you
might
know,
combust too. I might combust if
listen,
Mercedes
you
shows
know
up
what
too.
only would make this better? If we saw Julia Hart as well. You know what I mean? Like if we see Julia come out, then that's it. My 3 guys, I've lost
Well,
it.
no, Julia has a title match at Battle of the
Fake
Belt.
it. Fake it till you make it, baby. You know, run over. But no, man, that would be great. That would be great. Let's pull this up here for everybody to see. TNA Wrestling presents Impact, and there she is. There she
Trinity right
is.
there.
She is there. No surrender. Yep.
Does she
So
promote? No, it doesn't show her on
she's
this.
not on No Surrender,
Yeah,
but she's on that
Mm.
one.
yeah, she's on that one, which is the tapings are happening the 19th and the 20th. So maybe she can lose the title then. Maybe like to like a Giselle Shaw, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
Or maybe
That's
she loses
what
the
I'm
title
guessing.
maybe at Snake Eyes. I don't know.
Right. Because I think she's also scheduled for Snake Eyes.
Yes, she is scheduled for Snake Eyes. So just
Yeah.
wanted to
So
show that a little bit there. So who knows? Trinity could retain, Could throw
that'd
everybody
be
a curveball.
that'd be a wild moment. I don't know if it's wilder than Byron going all balls to the wall and then Leo losing it, but I mean, definitely it's definitely going to be up there. You know what I mean? It's definitely
Mhm.
going to be up there. But let's continue on. Let's get to a match that made
Oh.
me invested into this TNA pay-per-view. And we're talking about none other
You
than Chris. What's up?
you forgot me.
Oh shit! My
Oh, yeah, we
apologies.
did
my
forget
apologies.
Wolf.
Wolf.
Yeah, Wolf.
oh
You,
God,
you,
I'm
you don't
so
get
sorry.
you don't get a prediction, Wolf.
You don't get a prediction no more, Wolf. You're done. No,
It's
no, no.
okay. I choose Trinity.
No,
anyway.
Wolf, who do you got, buddy? You got Trinity. You
I
got
got
Jordan
Trinity,
Grace.
and honestly, I will say this: if Mercedes shows up, at like tomorrow, I will regularly watch TNA. Easily.
Okay.
You heard it here first, folks.
Listen, you heard it here
got the-
first.
I mean,
On
I
the
might
greatest
miss a few
podcast
weeks
all
because
Long
of
Island.
exhaustion, but I'll watch TNA. Yeah,
Byron said the same thing.
I
Byron
I said
said
the
if
same
she
thing.
shows
I
up,
gotta say this.
I cannot commit
TNA
to watch-alongs, but I can commit to watching.
I gotta say this.
That's okay by me.
TNA, the weekly shows are like they have like one of the best like weekly shows because like they're really consistent, like the way they do their build-ups and stuff, and I also like the way that they do their shows. Like they are really consistent. Like there's
Okay.
some companies that like are really kind of like inconsistent, like they don't do the greatest at like with booking up things, but
Mhm.
I
Impact,
mean,
they're really
right
consistent.
now my top like weekly wrestling weekly show right now is NXT, but like New
he's
Year,
lying. It's AEW Dynamite.
New
It's
Year,
it's collision. It's
I'm telling
collision.
It's Collision.
Like just like Wolf just said, just like Byron said,
Collision is
if
like
Dana shows up, I'm watching
sometimes
religiously.
hit or miss, but
I mean,
I
I'm
don't know.
already gonna be watching religiously anyway. I can't wait.
Like
to see what
Collision
happens
just
this week.
feels like sometimes like it's like some shows it's like only the main event of Collision is like what is really exciting. But I don't know. Still New
Wolf
Year.
thinks
No,
Rampage is the best show.
no.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
Wolf
Lord.
stays up late at night to rewatch Rampage. You know what I mean? Like
Why?
he's a
No.
fan. He's a true
No.
fan of Rampage.
No, I'm not.
No,
No.
we love you, Wolf. But all right, so you're going Trinity.
I'm going
Justin,
Trinity.
you're going Trinity as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Leo, now that
Trinity.
you cleaned yourself up a little bit, Trinity as well. Excellent, excellent. Very excited. All right, now let's get to the match. Like I was saying prior, which sorry I cut you off, Wolf.
It's
I
okay.
forgot that I forgot to ask you. The match that kind of set the tone for Hard to Kill, set the tone type of match, at least in my opinion, which is none other than the triple threat match between Chris Sabin, El Hijo del Vikingo, and Kushida for the TNA X Division title. And because I almost forgot Wolf, you're starting this one off for us, buddy.
All right.
Who are you going with?
Honestly, I'm going with the new champ. I'm gonna pick Kushida.
You're going Kushida.
I'm picking Kushida. Yeah, I
Why?
think Kushida. I've always been like interested in Kushida. I think he's great. It would be kind of big that he recently signed and getting this X Division title. I mean, he's good enough to have it. Honestly, like Saban feels like the kind of the lame choice. No offense to
None taken.
Saban fans, but like, and Vikingo is amazing, of course, but like, I don't see him getting like another title. Um, I'm pretty sure he has that AAA Mega Championship belt still.
Yeah,
Maybe I don't remember.
he does.
Um, yeah. So honestly, Kushida would be really interesting to have the title, and I think it would be great. So I'm
New
gonna go Kushida.
signee. New signee as well
Yeah,
to
well,
TNA.
I'm gonna choose Kushida.
Going Kushida.
Don't sleep
Leo.
on Kushida.
I feel like Chris Sabin. He has been a legit champion, a 10-time champion, I believe. If
Yeah,
I'm not
he's the
mistaken.
longest. Yeah, that's the most title reigns for an X Division champion. 10 times.
Yeah, 10 times. So he's definitely elevated that title. So, but I'm also with Wolf. I'm gonna say Kushida wins because I feel like you could build a feud between Kushida and Chris Sabin going forward. But
Oh, I'm all here for that. Take my money,
I'm
I
TNA.
down.
feel like we're going to get another debut showing up here, and I
Oh my
think
god.
after that match, Mustafa Ali shows up to have a stare off with Kushida to let him know I'm coming for that X Division title.
W.
W.
I possibly have another name that could show up.
What do you got for me?
Shelton Benjamin.
Shelton Benjamin.
Shelton Benjamin.
That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Beat you.
Wow.
Honestly, I would love to see him show up.
I'd lose my shit.
Yeah, I would too.
Shelton
Honestly,
Benjamin
I
is in my
could see
top 10
Mustafa
always.
Ali showing up at Snake Eyes to like
Yeah,
confront
Mustafa Ali is Snake
Okada
Eyes is
or
definitely.
Ospreay.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I think Mustafa versus Osprey. Take
Would
my
be
money
crazy.
right fucking now. Take both my credit cards. I will max them out to watch that match over and over and over again. But Jugs, who do you got for this one?
This is gonna be an amazing match. I love what the X Division does, like with their high flying spots that they do. Like that's what made me fall in love when I first started watching TNA. That's what made me fall in love, like with the AJ Styles, the Christopher Daniels, the Samoa Joes. That's what made me fall in love with TNA was the X Division because we weren't seeing all this. Like I mean, we kind of were seeing it a little bit in WWE. Like with the cruiserweights. This is basically what this is like this is the cruiserweight division of TNA. It's the X Division. You got Vikingo, he's going to be doing his 630s. He's going to be doing his 450s. He's going to be flying all over the ring. He's going to be doing some crazy stuff here. Chris Sabin, a 10-time champion, the most reigns for the X Division champion. That's crazy. Kushida, he's had some pretty big moments even last year, competing for the world title back at Rebellion last year. Yeah, I and I also heard that Kushida, he kind of wants to see, try to get back up to that main event scene. He kind of wants to get back in that main event picture, mix it up with them guys again. To be honest, I think it's time for a new champion here. I think it's time for Kushida because Kushida did resign his contract, and Vikingo, he's not signed with TNA, so I don't really see him winning. But I mean, it's not out the wrong possibility for Vikingo to win, but I don't see him winning here because like he does stuff with AAA and all that, so he's all over with that. I see Kushida winning here, and maybe Kushida and Chris Sabin they start a feud with each other. That'd be cool. And Shelton Benjamin, oh my! If Shelton Benjamin comes out and then maybe like confronts either person or gets involved in some way, dude, that would be awesome. Because Shelton Benjamin, he is one of my favorites. Like he was very underutilized in WWE. Like one of my favorite matches from Shelton Benjamin was him and Shawn Michaels back in 05.
Same.
Like if you never seen that match, after this pod, go check out that on the Peacock. Go log onto your Peacock and go watch that from Raw in 2005. Shawn Michaels and Shelton Benjamin.
Amazing match.
But yeah, I got Kushida winning here.
That's a good one. So Kushida.
You make it a clean sweep?
That'd be too predictable.
You know, Chris Sabin.
I'm not a cheap bastard. All right. I'm not gonna fuck you and take you to Chili's. You know what I mean?
You're gonna pick the
How
king.
about Olive Garden?
I'm gonna say Vikingo on this one.
Wow.
Whoa.
I'm gonna say Vikingo because right now Vikingo's making the rounds in the wrestling scene, and having a US belt type of setting and a double A or triple A mega championship belt from Mexico only holds more weight for the guy and definitely makes him want to be a heavier name to put on your card. And I mean, the guy's not going to stop. He's not. He's good. He's going to put his foot on the gas, and he's not going to let go until that bell rings, like at all.
Yeah.
So Kushida, if Kushida wins, Vikingo's taking the pin. If Kushida wins, I'm saying that Vikingo is taking the pin because we could see a potential Kushida Vikingo feud back in TNA. And I think that has paper-worthy status more than just this little set up to a really interesting feud. Because we all know Vikingo has a whole bunch of matches coming up, one being with Mustafa Ali and Penta as well in a fatal four-way. But having this little moment with Kushida and Sabian might set up a really interesting feud for Kushida and Vikingo. And I'll even throw my mom's credit card in there to give me that shit. You know what I mean? Give me Kushida Vikingo feud in TNA.
All right.
You right? I mean, tell me that doesn't sound good.
That sounds amazing.
That doesn't sound fucking good. That's why when you looked at me, well, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, why would Vikingo take the? Oh, so you can have Kushida and Vikingo feud. Oh, that makes sense now. Oh, okay.
I'm doubting it because I'm pretty sure they're technically both faces, but like.
But that's the point, though. I mean, even if they're faces,
sense of it was like.
Even if they're faces, who cares? Yeah. Chris Sabian, like we all just said, he's a 10-time X Division champion. Yeah, most likely he might take the pin or whatever, which is cool. It is what it is. But if Kushida's going to win, for me and for fans that are kind of excited for this, I would say put Vikingo taking the pin because there's more of a story to tell later on that Sabian doesn't need to be a part of, because now we could push Sabian to that main roster level, going against the winner of that world heavyweight title between Alex Shelley and Moose. Because imagine Sabian versus Shelley at a pay-per-view, or Moose versus Shelley.
I think that this came to mind here.
They are friends.
So the Motor City Machine Guns here. So say Chris Sabin wins, okay, and so they got this thing with the X Division title. It's called Option C. So basically, Option C is you relinquish your title. You relinquish the X Division title to get a shot for the world title. So say they have Alex Shelley retain, okay. And you can have Alex Shelley versus Chris Sabin, former tag team partners be going at it.
Right.
That would be cool thing to see. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can go in
There's a
this
lot of
match here.
options.
A lot of
Yeah.
options.
A lot of options. And I'm really looking forward to the possibility of Kushida versus
Versus
Vikingo.
Vikingo, yeah.
Just give me a one-on-one.
Yeah, just
one-on-one match, because that match is going to be masterclass status.
It's gonna be a banger.
Yeah, that's going to be a masterclass status. In all honesty, if they pulled it off right, and now I might be talking out of my ass here, but if they pull it off right, there's a possibility that you could throw that match in the talks of Kenny and Ospreay. There's a possibility if it's executed correctly, because you know these guys are going to do a stunning moment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, believe me, they are.
But if the story is executed correctly to set it up for a feud, a 3-match feud, we're talking Kenny and Ospreay status. We are. I feel like there's no argument there, but Wolf scratching the beard, so he's thinking maybe there could be if they decide to do if they decide to execute the story that I'm predicting of Kushida versus Vikingo in TNA correctly, mind you, that is the key word.
Yeah.
Correctly.
I mean,
it could be in the same category of masterclass wrestling as Kenny and Ospreay. Now, again, Kenny and Ospreay come from 2 different backgrounds and have 2 different unique styles. So does Kushida and Vikingo. That's where they match up. But the story for the 2 of them is very different. Kenny and Ospreay have an actual great story in the ring and out of the ring. Yeah. Vikingo and Kushida don't have it yet, but there's a possibility for it if executed correctly.
I mean, and also you gotta put this into fact. Kushida, he also has some dates to work with New Japan as well, so they can also do that with Kushida and Vikingo in New Japan.
In a New Japan match as well.
Yeah,
would be fire.
Yeah.
True. True.
But again, the key word to that statement is execute the story correctly.
Obviously, and my thoughts on it are obviously it's not going to surpass Omega and Ospreay. It's not going to.
No, listen, Kenny and Ospreay are the creme de la creme.
Lower end,
but I would say that
I could say it's TNA's Omega Ospreay.
Correct.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, like that's when you look at TNA and you go down the list of amazing matches TNA has done, that's either number 2 or number 1 for best TNA matches that they've ever done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what I'm saying. You know, because listen, Kenny and Ospreay are just God. You know what I mean? My God,
this is masterclass.
That's 2 glorious angels wrestling for fun. You know what I mean? That's just wrestling for fun. Those 2 glorious bastards just love wrestling.
Ospreay is masterclass. Oh, it's
like
the
they don't
perfect
care who the fuck the stipulation is about or what the hell the story is. They're just gonna give you whatever they want to give you.
You guys want to know something kind of funny? As much as I love this triple threat match, it's not even the match I'm most excited for.
All right. Well, then let me ask you. Is it the match between Josh Alexander and Alex Hammerstone? That's also my second favorited match of the night as well.
That's mine too. Well, I'll say third.
You know what? After we're done with all the
Josh
matches,
Alexander, he definitely looks awesome. I've also seen Alex Hammerstone a bit. He looks incredible.
Incredible. When we're done doing our predictions, we're gonna give our 3 best matches we're looking for after we're done with all the predictions before we end the show. Okay. But Unfortunately, we're going to have to take a little quick break because, of course, our good friends at NordVPN have a message for all of us about their services. And when we talk about these last two matches, I feel like they deserve a lot more time than the other time that we've been giving everybody else. So let's take a little quick break, a 30-second break, to talk about NordVPN, and then come right back with Josh Alexander versus Alex Hammerstone one-on-one for TNA Hard to Kill. Do not touch that dial. We'll be right back.
Traveling to a restrictive country with internet censorship? If you want to access your country's websites and content you love securely, a VPN is the answer. With just a few clicks, NordVPN changes your virtual location. You can enjoy your favorite websites and services securely, as if you're home. Choose from over 5,000 servers in 60 countries and surf the internet with no restrictions.
All right, we are back, ladies and germs. It's time to talk about it. It's time to talk about that match that Wolf's so excited about. And we're talking about Josh Alexander, Alex Hammerstone. A match that was made kind of last minute, little quick setup. They do have a little bit of a history. I do know that. And I mean, this is one of those things that when you want to show someone wrestling, these are the two guys you want to talk about for sure in conversation. Wolf, I know you're so excited, so we're gonna get you to take off right now, my guy. Who do you got? Let's talk about it.
This started with like the thing is, I like coming into this. It started off as me not knowing these two guys. And then I saw Josh Alexander match with Osprey and I think someone else. I don't remember who, but he looked good. He looked awesome. I didn't even watch like the full match through. I just saw like clips basically of Josh Alexander. He looks amazing. And then I also saw a little I found on the internet Alex Hammerstone. I'm like, who is this guy? I look him up. He's an indie guy, which obviously I'm not the best at keeping up with the indies stuff, but he's good. He's like MLW guy, but he's good. He's really good. And he's definitely he has the look of like someone big. So honestly, regarding who I have winning this match, I'm gonna say Alex Hammerstone wins and officially signs with TNA right afterwards.
Damn.
So you're saying he's the big the news of the big signing?
No. He's not the surprise. They just offer him a contract and he's like, yeah, sure, I'll be with TNA.
Yeah, you know what? After I just kicked Josh Alexander's ass all over the fucking mat, I'm gonna just join now the company real quick. I like that. I think that's a good one. Leo, my guy, talk to me. What are we thinking?
And
it's a hard one. It's a hard one.
It really is because, like you said, they have history, and I feel like this is one of those matches. It can go either way, and I would not be upset about it. I know what Alex Hammerstone brings to the table. Seeing some of his matches in MLW. I would love to see what he can do in a TNA setting. I feel like he would be a true monster down there. I feel like this match is going to be an all-out car wreck. This is going to be complete chaos from start to finish. Josh Alexander, he called himself the walking weapon, and he has definitely proven that every time and time again. But I wonder if this is going to be one of his biggest roadblocks for himself getting back to that world championship, which he wants. He's made claims that he wants that title back. And I feel like on his way to get that title back, this is going to be a true roadblock ahead of him that he is just going to have to try and get through. And I feel like this is going to be, I think this might be a best of three. I can see this match having a best of three series, honestly. And I feel like if they're going to do that, I give it to Hammerstone. I think Hammerstone makes a statement and beats one of the crown jewels, no pun intended to WWE, one of the crown jewels of Impact / TNA.
And no pun intended about Roadblock, that you also said as
Exactly.
well. TNA
Exactly.
Roadblock.
Exactly.
That was a nice one right there. My guy Justin, round it off for me. Who do you got?
So I'm not too familiar with Alex Hammerstone, but I heard a lot of great things about him. I heard that he held the MLW championship for like 2 years or something like that. So
He did.
Alex Hammerstone, he looks like a big monster. Looking at his graphic and stuff,
He's a
looks like
Brock Lesnar, yeah.
he looks like a pretty big monster. Josh Alexander, he's been really carrying. He's been really carrying that TNA flag around, or Impact Wrestling flag around for his last year and stuff. He was he's the longest reigning champion in Impact Wrestling history, so that's a cool thing. But if Alex Hammerstone is signed with TNA, I'm going to say that he wins. But if he's not, I'm going to say that Josh Alexander wins. But you know what? To be honest, I think that Alex Hammerstone is signed with TNA, even though they haven't gone on to, like how TNA has been announcing a whole bunch of people that re-signed their contracts with TNA. Even though they haven't announced it, I think that he is signed with TNA, and maybe, like Wolf said, maybe they offer him a contract after the match. They put on a banger of a match, like a 5-star classic, and Alex Hammerstone wins, and have like a best of 3 series. That'd be pretty cool. Because Josh Alexander, he wants to get back to that world title scene. Well, maybe they break him down to get him back to that scene. Kind of like try to scratch and claw his way back up to the top.
Yeah, I like that. I like that one as well.
Because the alternative I see is because obviously if they have Josh Alexander win, I would expect him to fight for the world title next.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think they give it to Hammerstone just to make him look big.
Yeah, make him seem like a big deal. Yeah.
I'll be honest with all 3 of y'all. I didn't know who the hell either one of them were. I was going to see at Josh Alexander for the first time at House of Glory, and I've been studying him before House of Glory, his match against Mike Santana. And I just watched his match with Mike Santana a few days ago for the 3rd time because it was that fucking good. That now, 100% without a doubt in my fucking mind, Joshy Boy's coming home with that fucking victory. Now, mind you, Alex is a phenomenal first opponent to start off the TNA career for Josh Alexander. Like Wolf was saying, Will Ospreay is a name to wrestle up against. And with Josh putting that Impact flag on his back and representing TNA to its fullest capacity, these guys are at eye level when it comes to in-ring capability. And I am very excited for this one as well. When I saw Josh coming to House of Glory, I was like, this is going to be fucking dope. Then when I saw him on this card for Hard to Kill, after I saw that triple threat between Kushida, Sabin, and Vikingo, I said, I'm buying the pay-per-view. I didn't even give a shit what the rest of the card was at that point. I just said, if this is a triple threat match, and then we're also going to get these 2 fucking gladiators fighting, done. No problem. Take my money. I'm so happy about this. I don't even care if it was Jabroni Avenue for 2 hours before the fucking main event and then the triple threat match happened. I would have been absolutely pleased. So I am very excited, but I'm going Joshy Boy on this one. I feel like Josh, especially after that House of Glory match. And then he also has Snake Eyes next Thursday against none other than Will fucking Ospreay, which we will be doing a watch along for next Thursday as well. Right here on Last Week of Wrestling Podcast, we are going to do the watch along for TNA Snake Eyes. I am very excited for that because we also have Okada as well in action on that card, and Trinity.
What if Okada's the big signing?
I mean, he is.
It's a big name, but I think
He was part of
I
TNA
hope there's a
before.
bigger one, not bigger one, but I hope there's another big one as well than Okada, whether it be,
because
Mustafa, Shelton, whoever.
because TNA
Dolph.
does have a working relationship with New Japan, so
Yes.
it isn't out of the realm of possibility for it to be Okada, and he could still work some New Japan dates as well. So if it, because they're saying worlds will collide this Saturday, could be Okada.
It could be Okada. I'm happy with it.
I'd be happy with Okada if.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with Okada being the one. Absolutely. But now we've come to another crazy fucking tag match. This is the last tag match of the evening before we get to Alex Shelley and Moose for the TNA World Title. ABC, Chris Bay and Ace Austin versus the Rascals, Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel versus the Speedball Mountain, Mike Bailey and Trent Seven versus Grizzled Young Vets.
I'll be honest. I just recently found out that, like today, I just found out that ABC is part of Bullet Club.
Yes.
Too sweet, baby. Yes,
Too
sir.
sweet. Too sweet. So I got to meet the young grizzled veterans back in House of Glory's darkest hour. I got to talk to Zach Gibson as well as James Drake. Very, very, very nice guys. There's a potential thing happening. We'll see if it all goes through with all of us here at Last Week and them down the road. Who knows? Fingers crossed, toes crossed. But ABC was just at House of Glory. They versed a tag team that I know quite personally.
Main event.
The Blazing Lion. Ringside Midas. Had an amazing tag team match. Of course, we also have Speedball Mike Bailey, who I got to see versus Swerve fucking Strickland. 1-on-1.
Hey, let me tell you, let me top that. I saw Speedball Mike Bailey versus he doesn't go to sleep in what
Kenta?
Kenta, yeah, Kenta.
Yeah.
I can't believe
That's
it's
a big
been
one.
my name. Kenta and Speedball Mike Bailey. Dude, I creamed my pants so much. That match was amazing.
Yeah.
I go like, holy
Mike
shit.
Bailey also
It's
had a
Kenta.
match against Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
I also seen Athena versus Swerve Strickland.
Huh?
Intergender match.
Yeah. I heard about that.
Athena, Ring of Honor Women's Champion?
Yes,
Athena?
yes, against
Versus
Strickland.
Swerve.
Yeah, intergender match.
Wacky.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's I heard that
If
was a good
anything,
one.
I would imagine them to be like a mixed tag or something.
I might just have to watch this pay-per-view tomorrow. These two pay-per-views
But-
at the same time.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, I tell you now, TNA is going to be killing it. But let's get back to the show, guys.
Mm-hmm.
There is ABC, the Rascals, Speedball Mountain, Grizzled Vets, Fatal 4, tag team match
Titles.
for the tag team titles. Who the fuck wants to go first on this one? Out of the four of us.
Right here.
Oh man. We'll go Leo on this. Wolf, you're second, buddy.
I like all these teams.
I mean,
man.
Justin, you're second.
I feel like they're all going to give 110% from the beginning to the end. But who am I going to win this match? New tag team champions, the Grizzled Young Veterans.
That's what I'm fucking talking about, boys.
Talking about making a statement upon arrival in TNA. They have that old school feel to them. Like just like how FTR was when they were the Vital, they value tag team wrestling. Like, this was the dream match of all dream matches if you were to do that. FTR with Grizzled Young Veterans, that's a dream match. But I think Grizzled Young Veterans plant their flag in TNA and become the TNA World Tag Team Champions.
They don't just fucking plant their fucking flag in TNA on Saturday.
They are the flag.
They are the fucking flag in TNA on Saturday, okay? Okay? When I talked to Zach Gibson, I saw the danger in his fucking eyeballs. I said, oh shit, that's a dangerous fucking man. James played this very cool, calm, collected, but when you get a nice contact, there's death behind those pupils. And they want blood. They want blood. And I am so looking forward to it. I'm going Grizzled Young Vets. I'm wearing my fucking scarf tomorrow. Absolutely dressed to the gills. Right down to the Scarfadelli's 400s. Absolutely for tomorrow's show. 100% though. We are going straight balling. My guy Justin, talk to me here. We got a lot of fucking tag teams. Who do you got coming out on top?
This is gonna be a train wreck of a match, and I mean that in all the best ways possible. Like this, there's gonna be so much spots in this match. It's gonna be hard to keep up with all this action, and Impact does this a lot. They do this quite a bit, you know. With a lot of their pay-per-views, they do these multi-man tag team matches, and they always are great to watch.
Yep.
I mean, I could see ABC retaining their titles because they just won it a few months ago back at Bound for Glory, you know, their biggest pay-per-view of the year, or basically the WrestleMania. They won them back, so they haven't held the titles. They haven't had the titles for that long. And before that, you know, they were holding the titles pretty good. They were holding them for a pretty long while.
Yeah.
So I definitely definitely see ABC winning. They're a good tag team. I don't see Speedball Mountain winning. I just think they're too much of a new tag team. You know, maybe get some more wins under the belt. So I don't really see them winning there. The Rascals, they could possibly win. You know, I like them as heels and stuff. You know, maybe if they win, maybe they tag the titles because like before they were like spray painting like the X Division Championship. Trey Miguel was doing that, so maybe they do that to these tag team titles. And then maybe the Rascals could do like a feud with the Grizzled Young Vets, you know, because they're like, no, you're not going to treat the titles like that. No, you're not going to be doing that. So maybe that could be a possibility for something. But, you know, I think the way that they're going to go is, you know, Grizzled Young Vets, they're not signed with TNA. But they've done this before where if you're not signed, sometimes they give you the championship. They're like, hey, maybe the grass is a little greener over here, you know, like, you know, rather than being in the WWE, you know, maybe the grass is a little green over here, you know, outside the big promotion. So I'm going to say that we get new tag team champions in the Grizzled Young Veterans, Zach Gibson and James Drake. That's what's going to happen.
Listen, that's 3 for 3. For the Grizzled Young Vets. Wolf, if you say another goddamn name, that it ain't the fucking Grizzled Young Vets. Guess what? I'm calling Julia, and I'm saying you better permanently kick his ass out and let him never ever touch that TBS belt again. Because I tell you now, he cheated all of us out of a clean sweep.
Every team looks so good.
Oh, dude, this is such a hard one to pick. I mean,
it is.
The Rascals, ABC, Speedball Mountain, Grizzled Young Vets. Like, honestly, you really can't go wrong with a team. But, you know, with the points that have been made, like Justin just said, ABC, brand new to this tag team division as set champions. They've been holding those belts up with pride, with honor. If everybody, I'm telling you now,
with honor?
With honor. No, with fucking honor and respect in that fucking name. Absolutely.
I don't know. I guess I just assumed they were heels because, you know.
No, they might be heels, but they put their pride in being the tag team champions. I personally feel that way.
Okay.
And I'll say this to
I
you before
mostly
you.
just thought so because like Bullet Club and like I always assume Bullet Club. Are
No,
together.
they wrestle with fucking intent. They wrestle with intent to be fucking champions. And I'll
Also,
tell you
I met
now.
both Ace Austin and Chris Bay. Really nice guys. Like really,
Yeah.
Chris Bay, and also been on Chris Bay's live before. He is
Yeah,
like so passionate. He's in
TNA.
Fun guy. I heard that about him. I tell you now, I wasn't able to meet ABC at House of Glory with the main event and everybody, but I tell you this now. I watched the House of Glory match, the House of Glory pay-per-view. Very good pay-per-view, of course, if you haven't. Premier Streaming Network on YouTube. The whole entire match is on, the whole entire card and the whole show is on there. Definitely go watch it. 4.5 out of 5 for me. For House of Glory starting off the year on a fucking high note. But ABC main event, tag team match right now for indie wise of the year, for sure. I thought it was that good. So Wolf, I know there's a lot to digest. I know it's hard to pick, but listen, we already got 3 in the bag with the Grizzled Young Vets. Just pick them, buddy. Just, you know what I mean? I'm going to sway you straight to the Grizzled people. You know what I mean?
I mean, I love them, but like, I also have another pick.
They're NXT guys.
I know.
They're NXT guys, dude. And you're an
But, like, there's
NXT
another
mark.
team that I just want to pick out of pure bias, and I know it makes no
Who
sense.
is it?
Speedball Mountain. What?
Speedball Mike Bailey and Trent Seven.
All right. Is it because of Trent Seven or because it's a Speedball?
Both.
Oh my God. Ming.
Mike Bailey's cool, and Trent
so
Seven
good.
is talented and was not really.
I mean, Mike Bailey and Will Ospreay last year, banger
That
of
was
a match at back.
That was good.
That was a fucking fire match. There's no doubt.
Trent Seven also, I think, is really good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
like
pick
honestly,
your-
any
pick
of
your-
them, I'd be.
Pick your poison, buddy. Pick your poison. Who you got? If you want more time, we'll go to the next one and we'll come back.
Another reason I wanted to pick Speedball Mountain was I was thinking we could do like a feud between Speedball Mountain and Grizzled Young Vets.
Mm.
I mean, we could.
See,
still
I
do
want
that
the
with
feud
Grizzled Young Vets
of
as
ABC. I want the feud of ABC
and
and the
Grizzled.
Grizzled Young Vets.
Yeah.
I want the
That's the
Rascals and the Grizzled Young Vets. The Rascals.
No, I prefer Rascals and Speedball. I think they're and I base it on their wrestling ability.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Rascals' wrestling capability in the ring is equivalent to Speedball and Trent Seven. Like just in that quick move style, hard hitting leg shots, really effective takedowns.
All right.
Target
As much as I love both members of Speedball Mountain, I think Jug said they're new to tag team.
Yeah,
and
they are.
Yeah, I don't know if they're like used to. I mean, Trent. I know Trent is used to tag teaming, but I don't know about Mike Bailey. So yeah, Grizzled Young Vets, I guess.
That's a fucking sweep, boy.
That's a clean sweep, baby.
Goddamn sweep. That's the sweep of the night.
Hey.
Absolutely
sweep of the night.
Baby. I love it. Thank you so much, Wolf, for picking the right answer on that one.
Yeah,
And
because
if
like
we're all fucking wrong,
wrong,
we shut the show off. You know what I mean? If we're
Plus,
all
I mean,
wrong
I feel
tomorrow
like
night,
I know Trent would like is experienced in tag teaming.
But he might be turning heel soon.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might be turning him.
And that and
heel.
Speedball might be his first opponent.
Yep.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
down.
That's another
I'm
reason
down.
why I didn't pick Speedball Mountain.
Okay, that I didn't know that. So yeah,
Yeah.
Vets.
Yeah. Grizzled Young
Um,
Vets is a set tag team. They are ready to go. They love each other. They really want that title. and having like, look, I'll be honest. If ABC pins Grizzled Vets, there has to be a tag team match against them at either Snake Eyes or the next big pay-per-view.
Also, how did WWE mess up so bad with the Grizzled Young Veterans?
It's
Like,
WWE.
It's very simple.
They're
You
known
put the
for
wrong
doing-
order in there.
That was so terrible.
They
Because when they
wanted
put them in the
to-
schism, when they did all that was just terrible stuff. They shaved their heads. I hated that whole gimmick that they were doing. I love what they did in Black and Gold, but still, they weren't treated correctly.
I mean, they still put on
They
like
should've won
good
the Classic.
matches.
Their match quality never deteriorated, but their
Yeah.
character quality did.
Yeah, and like they never really. Every year they did the Dusty Tag Team Classic, they should have won, but they never pulled the trigger at all with them.
Yeah.
They
And
never.
that's
They
sad.
always made it to the
And
finals.
like
They
the
always
only
made it to the finals and lost.
positive of like the end of their time in NXT was their matches with Creeds, because Creed
I already
Match
knew-
was good.
Yeah, that was a good match, but I feel
was a
like
very
for
good match.
them, what
Both
really
matches were
blew
good.
my mind is
It
what
took
they
Creed's
lost.
over.
They lost a finals match. They made it to the finals to lose to
Yeah.
Drake Maverick and Killian Dane, a random pairing.
Yeah.
Drake
Mhm.
Maverick,
Yeah.
Killian Dane.
Wolf, you're gonna have to eat that one. As an NXT fan, you're gonna have to eat that one with
Yeah,
pride. You know what I mean? You gotta eat that. You gotta eat that crazy loss for pride, buddy. You gotta
Yeah.
eat that crazy loss for pride. But my guys, we're coming down to the last match of the show. How you guys doing? How you feeling about this card right now? I mean,
To be honest, I don't think this is going to be the last match. I think Trinity and Jordan Grace is going to be a last match. I think the women.
I
are
hope
gonna
so.
event it.
I hope Trinity gets to do the final song.
Because I feel like the big signing is going to be at the end of the show. The
Yeah.
big person, Mercedes. Just keep saying
Well,
that.
we could say this
Let's
now maybe with
manifest that.
confidence. We could say this now with confidence. We'll predict it that if Trinity does main event the show, closes out the show, there's a good percent that Mercedes is coming.
It's Mercedes, yeah.
I think that's a safe bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
hmm
I feel like that's a safe bet for everybody. But let's get to it. Last match of the evening, for us at least, on the predictions pod. Possibly not the last match though of tomorrow night. Alex Shelley and Moose, TNA World Title. Wolf,
Ooh.
I'm going to start with you for this one. Now, Alex Shelley.
I know of Alex Shelley
Striker.
a little bit.
Alex Shelley, a striker. A effective striker when
Yeah.
it comes to his legs. An effective striker. Now, that does pale a disadvantage for someone like Moose, who is very powerhouse heavy.
Yeah.
It is a very odd pairing of a title match. David and Goliath
That's what I was
with
about
a
to
little
say.
bit more. What's up?
I said that I was about to say David versus Goliath right here.
Yeah, a David and Goliath with striking ability match. Who do we think could walk out either brand new champion or Alex Shelley retaining?
Honestly, I know I've heard people want Moose to win because Alex Shelley had it for a while, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna give it to I'm gonna say Alex Shelley retains, just because I expect someone like Josh Alexander or I don't know who else. Really, just Josh Alexander challenging next and probably taking the title. So, yeah, I'm gonna say Alex Shelley retains against Moose. That's my pick.
Okay. Justin.
So yeah, Alex Shelley and the wrestling god himself, Moose. Oh man, this match It's definitely gonna be a different contrasting of styles right here. You know, you got Alex Shelley as an underdog. You know, people never expected him to ever be world champion. You know, they didn't think he could ever do it. But you know, he did it earlier this year when he beat Steve Macklin at Slammiversary.
Sure,
So
yeah.
he's held this title for a little since July. Um, Now since you know since rebranded to TNA, I'm saying, hey, why not have Alex Shelley retain? You know, to cement more legacy. You know, to really build the title even greater. Like, oh,
It's a good
maybe
point.
Alex Shelley is the real deal. And also, I kind of want to see Alex Shelley eventually go up against his partner in Chris Sabin. I want
Yeah.
to see that. I was hoping to see that last year, but unfortunately, we didn't get that. But I definitely want to see that. And Moose, he's had his world title reign before. Moose is good, but he doesn't need a title right now. Give
Okay.
me Alex Shelley to retain.
Okay. Leo, my guy.
I'm also gonna go Alex Shelley here.
Yeah.
I feel like the styles is definitely gonna go be a great mix. Um, and we've as we talked earlier, some debuts happening. We talked about Dana. We talked about Mercedes Monet.
Dave
We talked about
Batista.
Mustafa Ali. No. I think Alex Shelley wins, and as he's celebrating, he turns
MJF
around,
comes out.
eats a super kick from the newly signed Dolph Ziggler, aka Nick Nemeth, challenging him, setting up a match at some point down the line. Nick Nemeth, Alex Shelley, TNA World Championship.
That's who you think the
Now,
big sign is gonna be, or
that's a big one. But I'm gonna have to pull a wolf here and rain on your parade. I'm gonna have to take your bowl of Cheerios and take a big dump in it real quick.
you got the piss in
Because
the Cheerios.
yeah,
I
a
don't like
big
Cheerios,
dookie
but
buns in those Cheerios. He just cut a 4 out of 5 promo performance in New Japan Wrestle Kingdom 18 against David Finlay. He gave the idea to the guy that lunged at the judge during that court hearing the same idea of lunging at the opponent in a victory. Okay? Now, I think it's already set in stone, him and David Finlay. But it is only the beginning of the year. We just started 2024. So it is a possibility we could get both. We could get both. Could he win both? I say he would win New Japan before TNA. Only because I think he wants to make more of a bigger name for himself in TNA before coming back to the States to make another legendary run in the States. That's just my opinion, but we will see. Now, I also am going Alex Shelley. So that's another fucking clean sweep. Yeah.
Clean sweep city, baby.
Sweep city, baby. Yeah, it is definitely a pay-per-view to tune into. Now, of course, we've gone through the whole card. We know the names. We know the styles. We know the matches. We know the situations at hand. Gentlemen, let's quickly, before we end this 2-hour pod, with none other than our 3 most anticipated matches of tomorrow's card. Wolf, my guy, we're starting with you. Give me your 3 that you are
All right,
the most
so
excited for.
honestly, it's probably the obvious choices: the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Title match, the Triple Threat X Division Title match, and Josh Alexander versus Alex Hammerstone. Those
Okay.
3 are incredible predictable. I think that those are gonna steal the show.
Yeah, I think those are going to tear the house down. Leo, give me your three, buddy.
My three I'm looking forward to the most. The Ultimate X match with the 6 women. I'm looking forward to that. Josh Alexander, Hammerstone, and then I gotta go Alex Shelley and Moose.
Yeah, that's a good one. Justin.
My 3 that I'm looking forward to the most. So it's gonna be the Fatal 4-Way tag team match.
Yeah.
All these are multi-man matches or multi-woman matches. We got the Knockouts Ultimate X match, and we got the X Division Triple Threat match. Those are gonna be banger matches.
Yeah. Josh Alexander, Hammerstone. For me, that X Division title, 100%, and that fucking Fatal 4-Way tag match is going to be that potentially could be the match of the fucking night. That Fatal 4-Way tag. That Fatal 4-Way tag could be the match of the fucking
That could
night.
be a sleeper. That could be a sleeper.
That could be the sleeper that everybody's thinking like, oh, this is just going to be a fucking mess to manage, but it's going to be a fucking show to watch.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited, and I cannot wait. We're hours away, boys. We're hours away. 6:45 Eastern on the greatest podcast of all podcasts out of Long Island. MJF says it, Wolf, not me. I just got to reiterate what MJF says. My guy, my next door neighbor. He never takes me out to lunch anymore, but it's okay. I don't feel bad. I cry at night alone with Bailey, but I don't take it personally.
I'm pretty sure he's resting in his bed with his cat.
Yeah, him and Piper doing his thing, living beautifully on Long Island, right here on the greatest island of all islands, the magical place of them all. But we are going to end it here, folks. This has been the first ever and first of many TNA predictions podcast right here on the Last Week in Wrestling podcast. I cannot wait. Tomorrow, 6:45 Eastern. We're going to have a ball. We're going to have a ball of a time. This is going to be a show of shows. The card is a show of shows. 0 hour is going to be a show of shows. This is going to be possibly a great step forward in pay-per-views for the year that we have had. Of course, Wrestle Kingdom 18, New Year Dash. Battle of the Valley is tomorrow night. Right now, what's happening is Mustafa Ali and Gringo Loco tonight in GCW. Tomorrow, we have another bunch of matches and title matches on other promotions. Of course, AEW Collision. It's going to be a hell of a week for wrestling.
And Battle of the Belts as well.
And Battle of the Belts.
Valley.
Battle of the Valley. Battle of the Belts.
NWA.
NWA with EC3 and Matt Cardona. It's going to be a fucking show, guys. It's going to be a weekend.
I might be having a double stream tomorrow. I might double
We're
stream.
going to need 7 monitors. 7 monitors to watch all 7 shows.
I might be doing
Everybody has to watch a different show. Like, one person be watching Battle Valley. One person watch Impact.
I might just do Battle of the Valley and TNA.
One person.
I'll probably only watch Battle of the Valley for like certain matches, like Okada, Ospreay.
I'm only watching TNA tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm only watching.
I'll watch the other ones Monday, Sunday. I'm not worried about them. I know they're going to be bangers. Not worried about them. I'll worry about them Sunday, Monday. Not tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is all about TNA Hard to Kill, the first pay-per-view of the year. That's right, Justin. Sing it out loud, boy.
You know, it's a lot easier to say that than to say Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling. You know, I like TNA. That has more
Wrestling.
Yeah, see, TNA has a better soundtrack. Yeah.
Yeah, like AEW, TNA. Yeah. It's
or like EC Dub. Yeah.
Yeah, EC Dub. I'm excited. Gentlemen, I can't wait to see your beautiful faces tomorrow as well to be watching the show. 6:45 is when we're going to go live. So, of course, you know I'm going to send that link early so that way we get ready. And of course, we have some other awesome people coming on tomorrow. None other than God's favorite host, Big B, Mr. Byron from the Flex Zone, and the lovely couple themselves, Asa and Kay Fabulous, as well joining. This is going to be their first TNA, as well as Byron's first TNA pay-per-view. So we're popping Wolf's cherry, Byron's cherry, No Bones' cherries. We're just popping tomorrow. You know what I mean? We're just popping tomorrow. We're popping them. We're popping all. You know what I mean?
Because
we're
I'm
getting
telling
everybody
you,
ready to go for the
everybody. You guys might have to brace yourselves because if we're getting certain debuts tomorrow, Byron's gonna be excited for Mercedes Monday. He is gonna go all out berserk.
Byron, Wolf, and Leo are gonna spontaneously combust tomorrow. I'm putting money on
Mercedes shows up. Oh my lord!
I'm just gonna have a whole bunch of dead bodies on the screen. You know what I mean? There's just gonna be little remnants of my guys here. And they're just gonna be their mouths and eyes. They're just gonna be like, I can't believe what I am watching, even though I have no more body. Like,
just like he is for Mercedes. And if I see Ashley Sabera,
possibly Dolph, possibly Shelton, possibly Dana, possibly Julia Hart, possibly
in the chat.
Possibly resurrecting Macho Man Randy Savage. I mean, God only knows the endless names that are gonna be possibly coming tomorrow. Teddy Long, you know what I mean? Anything is fucking possible tomorrow, boys. It's TNA, and I can't wait. But of course,
R-Truth is gonna be here.
R-Truth and the Judgment Day are gonna come out. Hornswoggle, unbelievable. So many.
We're gonna have the resurrection of Eddie Guerrero. R.I.P.
Listen, you think y'all gonna pop? My name's gonna have to officially become Danielle if Eddie Guerrero fucking comes out. I tell you that right now. I'll wear a fucking wig, and you call me Danielle. All right? Because I tell you now, Eddie Guerrero comes out, I'm dead. I'm done.
I'm telling you, they need to be tuned in tomorrow for Hard to Kill, because you could be witnessing two of the greatest reactions in wrestling history. If you're seeing me, if Dana shows, you're getting reaction of 2024. If Monday, you're getting a reaction of 2024.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. And if you see Julia Hart, you're getting the hugest reaction of 2024. Absolutely. But of course, what? Did you have something to say?
I forgot. No, not really.
No. You're good. You're good. We'll end the show now.
He was distracted with Julia Hart.
Yeah, he started thinking about his beautiful wife. We'll never stop, Wolf. We'll never stop, Wolf. I love you, buddy. But of course, thank you to everybody that came on. Of course, Justin, Leo, Wolf, and of course, all the amazing people that come on each and every week to make this show fucking possible to do, because nobody wants to just see my ugly self talking to myself on a camera for hours among and without some interesting and more interesting people on here to talk with me. So of course, thank you to my awesome guests. And nonetheless, let us get out of here, because tomorrow is a big day. It's a big day. TNA day. We're counting down the hours. Let's get going. Of course, if you are watching Rampage and of course SmackDown, whole bunch of shit I know is happening or has happened. And we'll probably be talking about that throughout Sunday and a whole bunch of other stuff, but we'll figure it out about all of that tomorrow. Does anybody have anything they want to plug?
I mean, stay tuned, because my full live stream for TNA Hard to Kill will be live tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that as I join them, and Sunday as well for our review for TNA Hard to Kill. So be on the lookout for that as well.
Yep.
But I'm very excited. TNA have been waiting for this moment for weeks now. Yeah. And we're finally, the day is about to be upon us.
Yeah, it's gonna be something. All right. Let's get out of here. See everybody tomorrow. TNA Hard to Kill.
On the outside looking in.